composure, nice read, and beautiful shot and finish.
Another talented freshman for North Carolina in Dayron Sharp. Big man, he's a load, 6'11", 265.
I tell you, death taxes in Carolina having a lot of big men. I mean, it's been that way for 25 years. And as you said, Sharp, a very talented one.
Do you have some insight into that, Grant? Personal insight?
I've seen him a few times.
Love cans a three. Caleb Love.
Offense that he learned from the great Bo Ryan.
Grant, Wisconsin's current starting lineup is older than the Chicago Bulls' current starting lineup.
Wow.
That's all you need to know about their experience. Love, zigzag move, contact. He finishes. Caleb Love's shake, fake, strip by Baycott.
Nice big job there by the big fella, sliding his feet, getting in there, forcing that turnover. Baycott doing it all.
Love the drive to the rim and pumping. Been on display tonight. Davis rims out.
Wisconsin has really just done everything right, executed, found open teammates, rebounded
in the two games coming into this one against the Tar Heels. At 19 in the first game, and that started a great run for him, a 12-game stretch where he scored in double figures in every game and averaged 16.
6 to shoot. Love will launch and hit a deep three. Seth Greenberg, Dickie V, and of course Jay Billis. Sports Center gets it started at 5:15 as Reese and the guys reveal the NCAA men's field of 68 as the teams are announced. And still a lot to be decided. And Walker corrals it. And then Black. Decision there by Walker. Love for three. Got it.
That is something that remains consistent. They've had 7 of them in the last 10 seasons.
And a lot of teams, you know, in some ways the game is getting smaller where, you know, bigs are stepping out and teams are downsizing a little bit, but not Florida State.
That requires bigger beds and higher shower heads.
Love the handoff. And you got a switch. Got a big guy on him.
Koprivica can move his feet.
How about that? What a...
So went in and tried to give a little double, but he left Kerwin Walton. Still recovered and put late pressure on that shot.
Got a little bit cold at the offensive end recently, and Carolina now with a chance to tie or take the lead. Love. And he's got it. Carolina's up now.
But Justin Mutz had a chance to really drive. That big guy, Armando Baycott, stopped short. He should have kept going. Could have picked up a foul there.
Love feeling it. Knocks down another one.
And does a great job with help defense and covering up for his teammates' defensive mistakes. So that's a big loss for North Carolina not to have Garrison Brooks in the lineup.
Underway here in Greensboro. The starting lineups are brought to you by CDW. And for Carolina, Dayron Sharp will step into the starting lineup in Garrison Brooks' spot. We will obviously now probably see more of Walker Kessler over the night as Caleb
Walker Kessler. Prentice Hubb said, big fella, this is how you do it with the left hand.
That was beautiful. Fake a shot. Man. Draw a couple.
2 beautiful passes in a row at both ends.
Notre Dame as Love gets to the bucket.
Sharp is a load, man.
A little bit strong on the 3 by Prentice Hubb.
Sharp, the first big guy down.
Love goes and he's down on press row. Everybody is distanced. There aren't nearly as many people here on site as there were last year. A lot of people are broadcasting remotely or with smaller crews here. That game against Marquette, they were looking for an extra game, and they had maybe it was a Virginia Tech game. It's hard to keep track, but they had a COVID cancellation. So Marquette comes down to Chapel Hill and beats them. Then Carolina beats Florida State only to turn around and lose.
Emphasis at halftime, and offensively they know what they need to do. They've got to just be methodical about it and start trying to chip away at this lead. Roy Williams on the other side, guys, for UNC said he knew coming in that they would have a size and depth advantage even without Garrison Brooks. Really pleased with the way they've been able to take advantage of that in the first half. They have to continue to do it.
And they're thin up front. They need those 2 guys on the court as much as possible.
You know, North Carolina's offense is really what has let it down this year. North Carolina's defense has been pretty good. It's been top 25 in most of the metrics.
Wide open. Caleb Love, who had 20.
To block a shot, though.
but it is frowned upon. Williams the bucket.
He's going to make it anyways.
Yeah.
But good opportunity good try.
So if you count that as a dunk, which I imagine they do, now 24 of Williams' 50 field goals are dunks, but making them count against the Blue Devils.
Really remarkable, the contrast between how they've shot the ball against Duke and then the games in between.
Elbow jumper for Love, who's having a nice first.
That you make it, but I think the Tar Heels are in very good shape to make the field.
If Duke loses this game tonight, do you think they have to win the ACC tournament, or if they made, say, a run to the final and beat a couple of ranked teams, might that be?
They'd have to beat Florida State and Virginia to do it, because you have to have those. There aren't as many high-value targets in the league this year as there have been in past years. The league is not rated the same way that it usually is.
Love using the screen, driving past Hurt, and gets a tough.
First, he had to shut down for COVID reasons, and everything went virtual. His players his freshmen don't really know where any of the buildings are on campus. That if he turned them loose today and said, hey, go find the dining hall, they wouldn't be able to do it. And that just shows you how different this year has been for athletes, that they're living in hotels. And that's a difficult thing. And one of the things that when you look at the numbers that is really interesting about this game is the number of free throws. That Duke has had a real difficulty getting the free throw line all year long. And usually that's a place where the Blue Devils live. And they're one of the lowest volume free throw shooting teams in the country.
He has not scored for Syracuse. Kind of indicative of the way his season's gone. He's been a bit up and down. He had 26 Saturday in that loss to Georgia Tech. He's 0 for 6 from the floor tonight. He's missed 4 threes.
And Sean, you know this program as well as any, as Caleb Love knocked down the first 3.
Leaky Black made the first. Missed the second. Now it's Kessler attacking.
That's the problem. Giving up offensive rebounds off of free throw misses.
Caleb Love, a big 3 for North Carolina. They're right back in it. Braswell, that's the guy they should foul if they can. He throws it away. 23 seconds to go. Love all the way to the bucket. He scores.
In the top 20 in scoring, which speaks to their depth and talent.
A strength in numbers for Leonard Hamilton's group, who's looking and on pace right now to win its back-to-back ACC regular season championship. 10-2 thus far in the ACC play on the season. And with Virginia now having 4 losses, Florida State controls its own destiny, getting that #1 seed in the ACC tournament.
Same starting lineup for the Heels that Coach Williams has settled on in recent weeks.
Right now, Florida State is looking like they're coming in here and trying to put Carolina away and put them away early. Now, North Carolina has helped them with that effort. 13 turnovers already for North Carolina. Consider that they're only shooting 21.1% from the field. So it's not as though North Carolina has played well to help themselves in that cause, but give Florida State credit for coming in and getting. Florida State's no longer a football school. It's a basketball school. You think about Florida State in the Elite Eight, Florida State winning the ACC championship, and possibly now for a second year in a row. Florida State's a basketball school. Stop saying Florida State's a football school. I know there are people that won't like that, but hey, that's the reality of it.
But I don't think just because you're a basketball school now that you're
his career at North Carolina, which allowed him to become the preseason player of the year this year. He missed the game at Louisville, where Louisville handled the Tar Heels easily. So I'm sure this is a game that Garrison Brooks has had scheduled on his calendar to make sure.
Sherman at the Dean Dome, and this is now the largest lead of the night for North Carolina. And as Fonz talked about, seems like in the last 4 or 5 minutes, maybe fatigue and the legs are starting to catch up with the Cardinals. You have led for all but 29 seconds of this first half. And Carolina cash in on the turnover. Indeed they can.
When they make those selections.
Well, think of it this way, Corey. The committee members, they have a binder of player availability information, and typically
just love big shot for Northeastern.
Duca knocks down the 3 near side, and all of a sudden Northeastern 4 of 4 from the floor, back within 2. Heels have been up as many as 8 so far. Love able to get to the hoop. He gets his first basket.
Guarding that 3 ball is, especially when you play UNC, you're going to draw the bigs out and kind of get that, bigs have to guard the perimeter, and that's where the mismatch is, because they get an
50% from the field. That's been typical Carolina basketball over the years.
The ball deflects into the backcourt, and that's high percentage.
He does a great job. A lot of people didn't realize it. He's wearing a Virginia championship hat. He's wearing a championship hat, being interviewed, and we talked and laughed about it. Just a great, great guy. So happy for both, because they're both just terrific human beings.
Caleb Love gets the fadeaway. So this one being here, the last one, assuming it takes place, will be in Chapel Hill. And yet another Duke turnover, and Caleb Love slams it down and draws it.
On a season, I don't know what is. I mean, Roy Williams was beside himself. Andrew Platek makes a great play and then just gives the ball away for a bucket on the other end.
Duke trying to steal some minutes without Matthew Hurt, who's got 2 fouls, without Mark Williams, the freshman, who's pulled down a bunch of rebounds, but he's out on the floor more. Roach left it a bit short, down with a rebound is Love.
And that's really going to be a key for North Carolina, is getting the guards to rebound.
And Love can try to take it coast to coast, and he wins.
Off to Armando Bacot.
Carolina great early, led most of the way. Duke on a run to take the lead. Bacot almost traveled, finds Love in the corner, and the heel. With another easy bucket to get him back within 4.
Well, you can't get higher than your man in the corner on ball side. Otherwise, you're just inviting them to go back door. 5 to start by Jalen Johnson. He drew 2 defenders, then kicked it opposite. And it was the next pass that got Joey Baker that wide open shot.
Love having himself a game. Second leading scorer in the ACC, behind only Justin Champagnie of Pittsburgh. Misses that 3. Good look for Love. Got it.
He's a different.
And the slam by Johnson to tie it again. Love. Wow, a tough one. He wanted the foul call. Didn't get for Duke. And for Carolina, as they go on offense, Walton has taken the place of Harris.
Nice trap.
Extra pass to Love. Yes, what a night for Caleb.
Rebounded by his opponents, and Clyde Trapp just put him in the spin cycle. This looks like the Clemson team played in the early part of the season, John.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say that last possession, so I should get credit for it. But I do agree that this looks like the team that we saw earlier this season. The games that we've seen over the past 4 or 5 games, this hasn't been the same team. They haven't played with the same confidence, the same swagger. And we've said it before. This year with COVID and the postponements and all that, games be
out of it. Certainly put some pressure on the defense. How about a 3 instead?
That was good offense. That was really good offense. They had 3 good opportunities, and the last one happened to be the best. Just didn't get it to fall.
With easy layups just by not communicating on the defensive end for the Tar Heels.
Love can't connect, looking for a second effort. He's going to win it back. Good hustle there, into the lane for 2.
And 4 points per game. Right now, they have a combined total of 21 points, and 16 of those coming from Champagnie. So if Pittsburgh's going to win this game, 2 things with a lot of time going off, but Pitt is able to respond quickly with an easy bucket of their own off of just great action on the offensive end, the simple back screen.
Over Cali, who's getting a lot of minutes here in the second half. Long look for Love, and he buries the shot.
Happened on Roy Williams' watch.
And Roy Williams has been very adamant about the fact that he does not want that to happen. So, again, this is not just another game for Roy Williams, and he's hoping that his team reflects that in their inner skilled enough to be a 4. So it's not an issue offensively, but it has a lot more to do with trying to keep North Carolina off of that offensive glass. Kevin Keatts said himself, their best offense is once they miss a shot. The star of this NC State team, but he's playing a number of young guys as well. Has some veterans to go along with it, but still some growing pains for the Wolfpack.
Turning defense into offense. Boy, I tell you.
As Devin Daniels has to make a great individual move. over a strong defender, Garrison Brooks, to get an easy 2. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but to get the 2 for NC State.
Yeah, Wolfpack picking it up from the floor. Now 6 of its last 8. 2-point ball game, just over 8 minutes remaining in the half. Caleb Love finds some.
If NC State's going to double team, then somebody's going to get an open one, but that was a mismatch that North Carolina missed out on.
Love gets the roll.
But right now only 6 bench points for NC State in this game, so Carolina has been definitely dominant in that area, as well as scoring points in the paint.
Caleb Love end-to-end.
Right spot, particularly shooting on a team that struggled to do it consistently. Garrison Brooks steals that one away. Caleb Love, pull up, pop, and he hits it. Isaiah Musias drills a 3 out of the timeout to take the lead back for Wake. Their first field goal in nearly 5 minutes of play. To go 5 minutes without making a basket and have a lead in the Dean Dome against North Carolina, that's pretty good defense. Caleb Love triggers a 3, and he hits. And Williamson is on fire in this first half. I'm sure we'll talk about that coming up at the State Farm halftime report. Plus, you'll hear from Packer and Durham. Wake Forest is fired up. Take a listen to that bench. And Caleb offensively made 3s on the offensive end. Here he is with it now. Lost the handle there, though. Carolina can run. It's a 3-on-1. Ian Williamson has combined for 40 of Wake Forest's 59. Love muscling his way to the rim, follows his own shot. Decided by 7 points or less. Right now leading by 10. And Carolina fans have no nails left to bite. So they need a comfortable one down the stretch. Again, breaking the pressure.
It's terrific to hear. MJ Walker with his second 3 of the game as the Seminoles extend the lead. Preseason, Florida State was picked 3rd in the ACC. Carolina 4th. Virginia was 1. Duke was 2. It appears to be a really wide open conference right now. You got Clemson and Louisville up at the top. Clemson's got a big game later today on ESPN against Virginia. Louisville's at Miami on the ACC network. And then, Jay, on Monday night, it'll be Carolina in the midst of a 15-5 run. Platek misses the 3. Kept alive by Baycott. Out to Love. Count it. For his maturity, his experience, and his ability to make plays at big moments.
Well, he's a ball mover when he's in there, and I think a very good on-ball defender. He can get up under you, and he can shoot it off the dribble on the offensive end, and he's been much more aggressive. You can see he's in a good place because of how he's played the last 3 games. Elbows out and just explode up. But he's really expanded his game this year.
That foul, Jay, the 4th on Leaky Black. How about that play? Alan Griffin.
It's a good sign, though, for Syracuse. Yeah, Coach Boeheim wants him to be seeking opportunities also within the 3-point line, not just being a specialist. Try and find other ways to get going. A good start for Griffin. Bank is open.
Leaky Black out front. Here's Love launching and hitting.
If I'm Coach Williams, I'm telling my team the 3-point line in this game doesn't exist. We're taking this back to the 80s when there was no 3-point line.
How about Griffin had it blocked? Carolina running the other way, and Love.
Did a great job of getting his hand. I'm sorry, that was Ryan guarding that possession. He did a great job of getting his hand on the basketball. I'm not sure his foot ever hit that.
That stat we're showing there, 6 first-half turnovers, really 4 or 5 of them came in the first 4 minutes.
Because what he's doing in college as a junior is spectacular, shooting the basketball, which is a skill that the NBA truly appreciates. 25 points for Leschewski tonight, coming off of a career-high 28 versus Virginia on Wednesday.
Love tees it up, and he's got it.
And that play started by Wright being able to come up with that deflection. You saw the lob up to Sharp. Georgia Tech's going to get back in this game, being able to get some stops and some finishing the easy offense.
That halftime lead would certainly be valuable for North Carolina. 3-0 this season when leading after the first 20 minutes. That is a floater that drops. Other way DeVoe. Progress impeded at the free throw line. Now Wright still scoreless, and Love goes high for the board.
And that's one of those things for Wright. You can get that shot anytime. You take your time, run your offense. That's playing into North Carolina's hands by throwing up that shot.
Remember that forward key, makers versus takers, and maybe that one could have evolved into a better shot opportunity for Georgia Tech. On the other end, it's a three.
So that last time, Alvarado and DeVoe fighting. Kessler not being able to come up with that offensive rebound and the putback.
28-14, the advantage on the boards for North Carolina. No surprise there. Top rebounding team in all of the ACC. Love. High arcing three-pointer.
Blue Island, Illinois' Bobby Frazier, Jordan. All the way through Cole Anthony a year ago.
I don't know who's a bigger deal in Chicago. Kobe White for the Chicago Bulls or Bobby Frazier, the coach of Brother Rice there in Chicago, man. Both of them got the city on lock.
Out of the timeout, the drive and the hoop. Right at his average the last couple of ball games. Lob for Bates. Love out of there with it. Runner, good. 5 to shoot. Beverly on the drive. Tried to scoop it, fed it to Bates. Blocked out of there. Tar Heels on the run. Here's the lead and the dunk.
Get a step in that lane.
Ware calls for his first 5 team fouls already against Kentucky.
Well, they handle that out of bounds beautiful. Great preparation by Kentucky. And extra dribble cost him a shot.
Oh, bump from behind.
You know.
Tiptoe around that one.
The numbers now.
Long with eyes up, attacking on Askew, right to the rim.
That kid dribble drive, not settling for a deep shot, gained some confidence.
Even again, Clark's coming back for Kentucky.
Look at that talented, nice little dribble drive here.
All the way to the rim, a defensive.
Now they back it off. 2-3 zone.
On the wrinkle.
Yeah. Offensive rebound is going to be a concern. Roy's going to hold it till late. If he did a good shot, it's redeemable with a tip.
Late in the half, zone out of the timeout.
Got to turn the corner somehow when they give him a ball screen. They just crack in the zone.
With 7 to shoot, now 5 to shoot. Love looking for help. Love drives on Boston through the zone. And one off.
Kaiser, pull up for 3. That's short. And the rebound for Sharp. Love. And now Moultrie with the left. Nice running left-hander right there by Jameer Moultrie. Attacking the hoop, Caleb Love. Reset to 20. Yep. 2-point game. North Carolina on top. Again, where will the offense come from for North Carolina if it's not Baycott? Love. His pull-up jumper. Got it. And the foul.
That was really good defense by Watley, just hanging in there, holding his ground.
Fennell, difficult shot with the left, doesn't get the roll.
Just because you're under the basket doesn't mean it's an easy shot.
Caleb Love, that was an easy shot.
Got it. And Iowa's up 8. Garza hasn't touched the ball that much.
He's so efficient, though. He scores before he ever touches it because of the great position, understanding how to pin, as well as we've had in the current.
As we're under 30 seconds in the half, Frederick is claiming he got hit. Larry Scarrato said no whistle. And Caleb Love on the attack scores for North Carolina.
I would.
When you say really good pin, what do you mean?
He got the guy on his backside, he pinned him then.
Easy enough. Yeah. Caleb Love, a poster. This 2 came against Garza. That's pancaked away. Kessler stood straight up. Love, 4-3. It's a 1-point lead.
All started with the North Carolina side. I got yelled at by Emily Kirshner because I said on the air yesterday that Steve had stopped calling me back. And so her dad did not get the call. So, Emily, please, your dad is one of the true saints of circumstance in our world. So
Tremendous sports information. Texas trying to win its first ever Maui Invitational. Reigning step back, left it short, play tech the defense.
Interesting offensive possession there. One guy touched the ball the entire time.
Not what you look
Great
at.
defense. Jericho Sims.
Up by Love.
Recently.
That's a beautiful campus. I love it there.
They started classes there in 1891, the same year that basketball was invented. And Olmsted.
Named after Leland Stanford, right?
Right. Since high school basketball coach was Mike Bibby, Henry Bibby's son. Mike Bibby, who...
Those are different in a close game.
Absolutely. Wild runner that time, Dejon Davis. A chance at history. Can the Cardinal get this done here?
Here's the three for Caleb Love. He got Davis.
Remember me trying to explain to you how it all rolls into one? And
I do.
How Frederick Olmsted designed the gardens at the Biltmore.
Yeah.
He also designed Stanford University.
How about that?
Have you been to Olmsted? Have you been to Olmsted Point on the Tioga Pass Road? And they just beat Kentucky handily at Kentucky.
They did, the Spiders.
Spiders.
The Richmond Spiders. Layup good, Diego. And then Kansas, Kentucky at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. And we have a great one here, tied at 60. North Carolina ball in transition.
Leaky Black could be similar to in helping this team win this year. And it starts on the defensive end of the floor. And you're not supposed to, especially in TV, bring up stuff that you don't know all the facts to. But it still was interesting.
It feels like this is going to be the world's greatest tease going out to our next break, and you'll come back almost like we're on Jeopardy and reveal the answer. There's the mid.
Notoriously great at rebounding the basketball, especially picking up second chance points. So one of the areas for them is just getting shots and then allowing that big guy.
He just goes and attacks that ball.
And that's the word Roy Williams used when he was discussing the freshman big as we see it.
Leaky Black passing out. Playtech at three. No good. Another offensive rebound. Leads to a wide open triple, and that one is good. Great take. So fans of North Carolina had to wait 258 days between the end of last season